Imagine a drug that can cure mental illness, reshape your sense of self, and give you heightened emotional awareness. You might say that's impossible, but hallucinogens, also known as psychedelics such as DMT, LSD, and mushrooms, can do just that. Today you'll learn how they work, how they affect our consciousness, as well as therapeutic benefits and risks. By the end of the speech, you'll realize why psychedelic compounds are at the forefront of scientific research into both mental health and human consciousness. So, how do they work? What we have in our brain are serotonin receptors. Psychedelics work by binding to these serotonin receptors, which usually only dictate our temperature, mood, and hunger. But while the compounds are binded to these receptors, it brings our brains into a state of what's called neuroplasticity. Users report during this stage you can make new and powerful connections that you would not normally be able to make. The British Psychological Society says that this can offer new and lasting perspectives in life, as well as being a powerful tool to understanding consciousness. So, how does it impact our consciousness? So, we have an area in our brain called the default mode network. In this area of the brain is usually responsible for our sense of self, self-identity, and overall consciousness. But the psychedelic compounds can distort this area of the brain, leading to what's called ego dissolution or ego death. Users report a complete loss of self, but there is a promising aspect of them. It can heal deep-seated trauma such as childhood trauma, as well as giving new insights and healing mental health. So, some of the benefits: it can cure anxiety, depression, and even, in some cases, PTSD. The British Psychological Society thinks that this connected brain state can lead to new introspection and lasting emotional growth. But this is not without some negative side effects, such as paranoia, overwhelming anxiety, and overall emotional distress. So, to wrap things up, we learned how they work through impacting our serotonin receptors in our brain, which usually dictate hunger, temperature, and mood. We learned how they affect our consciousness through the default mode network, which usually is responsible for our sense of self. We also learned some benefits and risks, such as curing anxiety, depression, PTSD. Psychedelics can provide a unique perspective into human consciousness, and as we innovate, we unlock a greater potential while safely using these substances. Through this insight, we can not only learn to heal mental illness, but also grow our brains. Thank you.